Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Heather and today's going to be another book video. Today is going to be all about my anticipated releases for the first year, for the first half of the year 2025. I have, I think, 10 that I tried to narrow down the list to because there are plenty of new releases, but you will see from this list that I'm primarily looking at books that I've read the authors already because, in case you're not aware, I tend to buy books by the same author before reading all of that author's books. And yeah, I should probably make sure I like the author before I continue to do so. So, though, with that being said, I do have a couple of authors that I'm really looking forward to their next book, and I figured I'd share them all with you. I haven't read these books obviously because they haven't come out yet, so I'll give you like a very brief synopsis of what they're about, at least as much as I know, and tell you a little bit why I'm looking forward to reading them, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I have my trusty iPad with me. Okay, first up, to nobody's surprise, I have the perfect shirt on for today's video. And that is because the first book I'm going to talk about is actually Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. If you've heard me on this channel before, you know that I am obsessed with Fourth Wing as well as Iron Flame, the sequel, by Rebecca Yarros. The third one comes out tomorrow, which hopefully this video will be up by then. But it comes out the 21st of January. I am unbelievably excited. I pre-ordered it on Amazon and it's supposed to come, it says by 10 p.m. tomorrow. So we'll see. I got the special edition. I know there's like three other special editions, and I'm gonna try not to give in to purchase them all, because I mean realistically they're the same book, so I don't need three different editions with one difference on the sprayed edges. You know what I mean? So anyway, in case you're not familiar, totally fine. Um, Fourth Wing is the first book in the series, and Fourth Wing is about a girl named Violet, and essentially I think she's turning 20, or I don't know, she's a young girl, and she is getting ready to start her career as a scribe or someone who works with like books and libraries and things like that. And her mom is the like commander of the army or general commander or something like that, and she essentially forces her to go into the writers quadrant, and not like writer like I'm using my left hand so it looks kind of funny, but not like writer as in dragon rider. That's exactly how you ride a dragon, I'm sure. There she has to go through these like kind of like trials, I guess, in order to graduate. And if you don't graduate, you pretty much die on your way there. So there's a lot of high stakes. And then she meets Zayden, and she has like different different enemies, and who she thinks are friends may not be friends, and vice versa. It's a lot of action. It is a romantasy, an adult romantasy. So um, there's magic. Like I said, there's dragons. It's just a wonderful time. I love these books. It really like got me into reading more romantasies. And in case you can't tell, I'm very excited for the third book. I can't really say what happened in the end of the first or in the second book entirely because I don't want to give away any spoilers. But just know I'm really excited for this one. I'm interested to see where she goes with this. I also don't know if there's going to be, I feel like there are like five books in the series, or it's like supposed to be. And this is the third one. So I'm going to put a picture of it right here. Comes out the 21st of January, like I mentioned. And I'm waiting for the postman to come. Oh, and then the reason I said I'm dressed for the occasion is because the war college that she goes to is Basquiat. I think that's how you say it. But should I stand up and show you guys my shirt? I will, since you asked so nicely. Um, Ta-da! Basquiat War College, and we got a dragon here. It looks nice and scary, but we all know they're sweet, sorta. Okay, anyway. Okay, book number 2 is actually one by Adley Hazelwood. It's called Deep End, and it comes out February 4th. They're right here. I've read The Love Hypothesis, and I think I read like one of the little novellas in Loath to Love You, which is this one right here. The Love Hypothesis, I think, is in a pile. Yeah, it's right in front of me because I was yapping about it in another video, but basically, Allie Hazelwood typically writes STEM romances, or at least that's what her first 3 were. And then she wrote Bride, which was a completely different genre, um, which I haven't gotten around to reading yet, but I do want to. But anyway, despite me not reading her follow-up novels, I do want to get Deep End. I know that's kind of bad, but I have a book addiction. I love to read. I love collecting books, as you probably already know. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. So, Deep End is about a competitive diver and a swimmer, I believe, going through med school. It's a college romance. There might be fake dating in this. Like I said, I don't know too much about it, but the cover is really speaking to me. I mean, the guy has like tattoos on his hands and he's holding the girl's hand. Oh, I think there's a scene. Nope, that's a different book. Okay. Um I am looking forward to this one. Like I said, don't know too much about it, but I love Allie Hazelwood's writing, and I think this could be a really fun little romance. All right, the next one is actually one that I've never read anything by this author, but the synopsis just looks super cute that I would love to pick this up. It's called First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, and it comes out February 11th. And this one sounds really interesting. Essentially, it's about this girl who is a hopeless romantic, and she meets this um, radio host, and this guy has basically fallen out of love, but there's a problem because the radio show that he hosts is a romance hotline. So obviously that's a problem because he no longer believes in love and whatever. And then a girl calls in asking for dating advice for her mom, and then it's the story of the girl's mom and the host. I hope that makes sense. I heard it's inspired by Sleepless in Seattle. I believe I've seen that, but I'm really bad with movies, so no guarantees there. Number 4 on this list is Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. Comes out February 18th. Another one I'm really excited for. I just finished Heartless Hunter. I think that was the last book I read in 2024, and I absolutely loved it. This is part of the Crimson Moth duology. I think it's a duology. In case you're not familiar, or if you missed the previous video where I talked a little bit about it, The Heartless Hunter is about a witch named Rune and a witch hunter. His name is Gideon Sharp. Gideon. It's their story. It's essentially her going on this mission to try to help save the witches, and then obviously there's this witch hunter that's trying to find her, but they don't really know. They're trying to like outsmart one another, and I don't know, it was just a really cute book. It's young adult romantasy. Yeah, so there wasn't any spice, but there was like a lot of tension, and it was cute. I liked it. I don't know if cute's the right word, but I did enjoy it. And so I am really looking forward to the second one. In the previous video, you probably heard me yap about Miss um, Abby Jimenez. Almost forgot her name for a second. Meanwhile, I love her. She is the one who wrote Part of Your World, Yours Truly, um, Just for the Summer, and I love those. I read all of those last year, or 2 of those last year, I think. She's coming out with another one on April 1st. It's gonna be called Say You'll Remember Me, and I love Miss Taylor Swift, and that's a Taylor Swift lyric, so that kind of sold me before even reading the synopsis, which is not a great way to decide if I'm going to read a book, but here we are. So the Taylor Swift lyric hooked me in. Then we have a male MC named Xavier, and he is a vet. And in the little summary, it says he's giving Greek god vibes. Okay, I'm here for it. And the girly is Samantha. And the only thing I really know about this one is that it's like it could be the right person but the wrong time kind of trope. But no matter what, I think her stories are just so well written. I really love them. And I am completely looking forward to reading this one, as I am about all of these books. But anyway, number 6 is Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. I think that's how you say that, or Enchantra. I'm going to put the picture here so you can read it on your own. But this one comes out April 8th. This is part of the Wicked Game series. So if you heard me talk about Phantasma, that was book number 1. And this one, not going to lie, kind of sounds similar to Phantasma, but it's about her sister. The girl in the first one was Ophelia, and her sister Genevieve is the main female character in this one, and she is going to, well, I forgot exactly what she's going to do, but she's going through these games as well, part of the Enchantra games. It's kind of like a carnival that comes to town, and then there's games. Like I said, kind of sounds like the first one, but I'm ready for it as well. The first one was super interesting. I do recommend. I think I gave it 5 stars or almost 5 stars. It was just really entertaining. It was a fun read, and so I am ready for this next one. My girl Emily Henry. Okay, so another author that I have like all of her books, but haven't completed all of them yet. You can see them here actually. But Book Lovers and Happy Place, those have such a special place in my heart. And I haven't read People We Meet on Vacation yet or Funny Story, and I know I really have to, but I have until April 22nd to catch up to all her books. Not that they're, I don't think they're like interconnected in any way, but I still want to finish them. Her book coming out April 22nd is called Great Big Beautiful Life. This one is about two writers, and they're like competing against one another of who can write this other woman's life story. So they're kind of like rivals to lovers. I'm not going to say enemies because it's a romance. But then again, her stories are typically more like fiction with a romance subplot. Either way, it's not like a fantasy novel where there's like high stakes and whatever. It kind of sounds like Evelyn Hugo with Beach Read, like a combination of those two. Oh yeah, I read Beach Read, which is not there, but yeah, it kind of sounds like a combination of those. So I'm very intrigued. Gonna be here in April. Okay, another one. I wasn't sure if I was gonna put this one in here, but I decided why not. It's called The Love Haters by Catherine Center. This one comes out May 20th. This one looks like a great summer read. So I was like, why not? It takes place in Key West. So great atmosphere. I don't know if I've ever been there. Mom, have I ever been to Key West? Oh, okay. So I've been to Key West. Sure, fun time. So it's about this woman, Katie, who is a video producer, and then a Coast Guard rescue swimmer named Hutch, or I think that his last name is like Hutcherson or something, so they call him Hutch. Like I said, great summer read. The cover is giving summertime. So I know it's a little early to think about that, but like I said, it's coming out. You want to keep your eyes peeled for this book. Oh, I think there's a scene where like she doesn't know how to swim, or he thinks, I don't know the scene. I haven't read the book yet, but I think that she has convinced him that she knows how to swim, but she really doesn't, and so then he has to like rescue her. I don't know. It sounds like a great little moment in the book. All right, number 9 on this list. Can you believe we're already towards the end? This is like one of the fastest videos I think I've filmed. Number 9 is by another author that I am a huge fan of. I actually have read nearly, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. I've read like 3 of her books and she has a couple, but I'm talking about Taylor Jenkins Reid, who I just mentioned, Evelyn Hugo, and she wrote that book. She also wrote Malibu Rising and Daisy Jones and the Six, one of my top favorite books ever. But she's coming out with a new book called Atmosphere, Comes out June 3rd. And this one is about the 1980s space shuttle program, which is something I've never read about before. But if I know uh, this author from her work so far, I know that she makes her stories very engaging and very much like she gives you something that you may not have typically um, read about, and really gives you the insight into what is was going on at the time and like what it's like to really be someone in that era. So this one says it's about a woman named Joan who has been chosen to be part of this space program, which was the first time women scientists were participating in this program. And I think it's more about, I don't know if if there's romance in it, but I think it's very much about the relationships among these astronauts that have been chosen for the space program. So again, something I may not have picked up um, otherwise, but I love her writing, love her storytelling, and so I'm looking forward to this one just as much as the others. Okay, number 10 is called Caught Up by Navisa Allen, comes out June 10th. And this is the book called nope. This is the book after Lights Out, which was that was the first one. This will be the second one in the trilogy. I think that yeah, I think it's a trilogy. I don't know if you have to read the first one, but I love the first one. I gave that one 5 stars. If you're not familiar with Caught Up, this is Caught Up. If you're not familiar with Lights Out, which is the first one, how do I describe this book? Okay, well, if it sounds interesting or if the cover is appealing to you, I would definitely go check out what it's about. Okay, fine, I'll tell you. It's about a stalker. It's a stalker romance. However, it's very funny. It's not really dark. I thought it was great, and that's as far as I'll say. But the second book is about Allie's cousin. So Allie was the main girl in the first book. Her cousin Nico, or Junior, I think he goes by. Um, it's him and I don't know who the girl is, but his story. And it does sound darker than the first one, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be another funny book because if if the first book could tell you anything, it was hilarious. Especially the audiobook. I listened to that one and chef's kiss, really. Again? Okay. Okay, and then I was gonna stop at 10, but I figured why not add this last one? So it's really a list of 11 books rather than 10, but this one is called Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. Comes out June 17th. Was it last year or the year before? I read The 7-Year Slip by this author, and another one of my favorite books. She writes magical realism really well. So if you're not familiar with that genre, it's kind of like fiction. It's realistic, but there's like a hint of magic in there. So for The 7-Year Slip, it was about this woman who her aunt passed and left her this apartment, and the apartment was like this magical place that could bring you back in time. So that was kind of like the magical part of it. It took place in New York, and pretty much everything else was like a regular romance except for this magical apartment, and what that meant for our main character, Clementine, her name. I love it. But that was that book. This book is another magical realism book, but it is about a songwriter named Joni who is going through a writer's slump, and a musician. I don't know his name, but it takes place in North Carolina. Just like all these other books, I can't wait to read it. I know I have a couple months to wait for this one, but I think with the other 10 on the list, I'll be plenty occupied, as well as by a couple other books that I haven't read yet. So, okay, anyway, so those are all the books, or my top 11 books that are going to come out in this year, 2025. And I cannot wait to read them. I cannot wait to show you my thoughts or tell you my thoughts on here on my channel. Let me know let me know like which of these you are looking forward to the most, which one sounds the most appealing. If there's a specific one that you want me to maybe make a reading vlog for, that you want to see all of my thoughts, I would love to do that for you guys. And that's kind of it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Again, let me know whatever you'd like in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you hit that button. And I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!